What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol FDX for FedEx Corp. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. Now, these guys did just give us an earnings announcement after the bell today, so let's flip on the extended hours session here and see what is going on with the number. And my goodness, not looking so hot here. Pretty big red, solid red candle there to the downside. Let's, for the sake of today's video, assume that we'll be opening on some sort of gap down. Now, what's interesting about this is we're currently trading right at the lows of the overnight session, but for the sake of today's video, right, in this framework that we're about to discuss, let's say that the open ends up being somewhere around here, this 4150, and then that the overnight low remains in here. And again, these numbers are subject to change by the time 9:30 comes around, but this is the framework which we'll use to navigate the gap down by the time the bell rings, right? So turning that back off, focusing over on the daily to talk about how this trade might unfold. Let's make this a little bit larger, bring it to the middle. That's looking a little bit better here. So whenever we're dealing with a gap in either direction, really, we have to consider that there could be a gap and trap, or there could be a gap and go. The first scenario we think about is the gap and trap, right? So if we open here, fail to take out the overnight low and trade back up through the open, then what we're looking for is essentially a trap, right? And a long to fill the gap overhead up to the low of today's session. So we'll go ahead and map out an area. What would mark off the gap fill would be to the low of today, around $248.71. So that's the upside case. The flip side of that coin, of course, is the gap and go, meaning that if we open here, consolidate in this range, put in some sort of bearish pattern, or just never take out the open, right? You're looking for a breakdown underneath the overnight low to take us into the next obvious area of daily support, which if we scrunch this chart up and look for, it's been quite a while since we've traded around these areas, right? So underneath us, we immediately have this. Also note, right, if we look at where we are, remember that this is representing where we're trading in the post market. If we do something like this, we're kind of right at an area of support, right? So kind of interesting from that perspective. So underneath us, if we do break down and really go further, it's 235, which I would watch for as a level underneath. After that, we're going to have to get some more data here and see if there's anything obvious here within the past 2 years, right? So getting a little bit, there we go. That's a little bit better, right? We can see some more nuance in here, and not really, right? This was pretty much a move just straight up. So I'd be extremely careful underneath that 235, noting that if we just zoom in a bit here, the next major area of consolidation lows would really be around 219, call it 220, just for round numbers sake. So kind of be careful here on this gap down if we get the gap and go, and never take out that open and start trading higher off of the bell. So those are my thoughts here. That's the framework that I would use to navigate this one as we head into the 9:30 bell. Again, if you enjoyed the video or learned anything new, certainly let me know down below in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description, and all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.